In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what you need to know about autism and how to help someone with autism make friends. And we're starting right now. I'm Craig Khan. I've got it going on this TeamAutismpedia, where we're dedicated to educating you about autism, how you can improve the lives of people with autism. If you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing so you can get our latest videos. So I'm live streaming this at the time of this, so I'll be responding to some questions that may be coming up. So feel free to ask anything, especially about friendship, while all this is going on, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. So, if you're new to this channel and you don't know who I am and what my experience with autism is I actually was diagnosed with Asperger's as a child, and I also now work with people with autism uh, uh, professionally, and helping them work on learning skills and all that. So I have a lot more experience than your average person on the spectrum has with people with autism. So you need to. I haven't just seen one person. I've seen a lot of people. So that's a lot of what I'm basing it on, and uh, 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 so just make sure to. I'll be. Yeah. So just the first thing you need to know is that uh, friendship is not something that comes so easily and won't just be uh, first nature like just any other kid. I know a lot of people I grew up with probably understood friendship a lot easier than I did. So it's a process, and you're gonna have to know that when you're going into it. That people of autism will take some time to understand what friendship is, and you also need to look at understanding that process too. And a lot of it starts with just finding what autism is, or no, what friendship is, and how you're gonna need to ask the person you know what they think friendship is. Because I remember when I was a kid, I thought friendship was when a friend was someone who was nice to you. And that's so a lot of the kids in my school I thought were friends of mine. They're nice to me in that, but there weren't people who wanted to have so much of connection with me in that. Today I have friends. I was just at a barbecue with some friends just the other day, so I have definition now that's a lot more connected to what uh, everyone else has for that what a friend is. So you need to work on finding out what they think a friend is and ask why they think someone's a friend to them, and then try to ask them, what do you do with friends, and try to figure out what they understand, then work on them. Show examples to them. Say, mommy's going with her friends and that. We do this and that. What do you do? You think you want to do something like that with your friends? So you just have to try to figure those things out and work with child. I remember as a kid, one of the things my parents did with me is that they took me to baseball games, and they said, you have an extra ticket, so you should try to invite a friend so that we can have uh, to bring along with us. So that made it more familiar to me to do that. So that's what you need to look at doing when there, and talking about what to do with friends afterwards. Do you want to have them again? What other things would you like to do? Because you don't always have to pay for something like that. But another aspect of to think about when you're trying to help someone with autism make friends is who's the right crowd. Because there's not everyone on the spectrum is the same. One of the guys I'm working with some people in the job program I'm a part of, and one of the things that those people often that they're in a unique place that they're capable of a lot of things. All of them have cell phones, just like I do, and they can do things on their cell phones, but they don't. They're not where. And like if you go, they may not work well with other people in a general sense because they may not have the conversation skills or a lot of other skills that may be necessary that other people come to expect, like you and me, and interacting with people. So having other people who are there in the program that they're in a similar level and that they accept anything that the other people may not be doing perfectly and all that. So that's something that is very helpful. And like there's a number of different levels. I know some people who just aren't even that conversational and would look at interacting with other people, and just you need to find groups of people who that works with. I actually went to a support group once just to see what it was like, and I could see that these people, some of them may not have easily made friends with other people, but when they were there, everyone was accepting. They understood not everyone had the same social skills as everyone else, and they were accepting of those people, which was amazing for those people. One guy I remember said he didn't have friends, and he didn't realize, which is the next thing I'm going to say, or something that you should do if you're trying to help someone make friends, is you need to look at their interests and try to get them out and try to do things. What kind of activities could you encourage them to do that will make it so that they'll go out? I remember uh, I had Pokemon cards as a kid, and I was looking at uh, I was playing. I collected them, but my parents, I don't think, realized that maybe they could get me into something where I was playing with other people, the Pokemon cards, and there's regular things there that could get me more interactions than that. That's something to think. What are their interests? How can you use them? I made a video a while back about Pokemon Go, just using that as an example that people could find friends through playing Pokemon Go. I've seen a lot of people connecting to other people through Pokemon Go. Just and Your child may not realize how to do that, but you can learn. You're able to learn. You're a smart person if you're watching this video. So you need to look at what can you do to help that person understand to, how to find the right group for them. And it may not even necessarily be their type of something they like doing as a hobby or something. It could be religion. I know my friend Jen Masumba, who I've interviewed on the channel, and you can see that video right up there. She, I see, often is connected to her church, and she makes a lot of friends. She has a lot of friends from there, and I see it's such a good community for them that they're uh, caring and accepting of her, and they like who she is, and that's what everyone here should find if they don't have friends. So you have to just find those people who work for you. And another place you can find that is volunteering. Actually, I mentioned in another video about the benefits of volunteering for people with autism. That besides working on building skills, you can also make connections, and you're likely going to be connected to kind people who you would want to be interacting with. So that's a good thing. Another place I've actually been doing this uh, recently that I've been looking on Facebook for different activities, especially in New York where I live. There's a lot of things going on, so there's a lot of things there. And also meetup.com also can help you find people who are in your who share the same interests as you. I want to just give a shout out to 420 Iron Firehorse. Hi, back to you. Good to see you here. So you just you need to look at where it is. And so on Facebook, like I mentioned before, there's events on there, and you just look at it. If you're not so familiar with Facebook, just look around and try it a little bit. But you can likely find someone who can likely find a lot of activities around where you live that can work out for you or that person. So what you need to try to next thing that you need. Oh wow, you have someone from up at 1:45 a.m. So next part really is that you just need to persevere, because it's not something that happens easily in that. And like, we have a few people here. I'm just curious. Do you guys have someone you know, or are you the person who may have some difficulties with friendship? Uh, but I'm working myself to do things with people. I'm working on a group to learn a certain book that with some other people in the community, and based on our interests. So I'm able to get people around, and so we can connect and do things together. And I hope that anyone you know will be able to build those skills too later on. But it's not something that one of the big things with friendship I've experienced was mother who said she doesn't think that her son wanted to make friends. But I mentioned to her that one thing that a lot of people with autism, that it's like they don't know what light is, that they've never experienced what friendship is. They don't understand it all the way. And once they can get to understand it, then it can be, uh, they can appreciate it. So 420 Iron Fire Horse says the children have it. So yeah, that's the best time to work on it, when they're young, because it's a lot harder to learn things when you're older. So it's important to practice these things and just focus on their interests. What do they want to do? Because then they'll want to do it by themselves. You don't want to have to try to drag them and force them, like you're making friends and you're gonna like it. No, you make it so that they enjoy it, because when they enjoy doing that, then they're gonna want to go towards it. So that's the right way to do it, to encourage and work together on that. So it can get easier as you practice it. And I think even people who grew up with good friendship skills can also work on improving those too. But you just have to know that you have a lot of room to improve, even if you're good at it, and you have to be able to do that. So thank you again for watching. Check out another video, and thanks for being part of the A-Team. Bye.